Hi everyone, it's Nicole from Baby to Sleep. So we are on part 15, night 13 of our journey. So very quick recap. So we started off 13 nights ago with Alyssia, who was feeding during the night. She was waking up pretty much hourly from about midnight, which was a flipping nightmare to be fair. She was wanting to feed all the time, and basically she's in a cot in my room and she became a climber. And she was able to get out of the travel cot at my mum's house. She can get out of the cot at home. And basically we thought, right, we've got to make some changes here. We've got to actually get her sleeping through the night. So we can actually move her into her room, into Sofia's room, who's her big sister, who's nearly 6. The only way we can do that is to actually stop breastfeeding her, really, because I can't really be going in and feeding her in the night when she's in her sister's room. So we needed to stop breastfeeding. We need to get her sleeping through the night. Then we needed to start the slow transition to get her into a bed in her sister's room out of the cot. Now, she is only 22 months. So we've got a big challenge here because really, until they are about 2.5 years old, they're cognitively not ready to understand the concept of staying in bed. So she's thrown us a curveball here, to be fair, because, I wasn't expecting this because Sofia was 2 years, 8 months when she fell out the cot and everything went absolutely, It destroyed us. So I'm not prepared to go down that route again. So I thought, right, this time we have to be super, super organised, super, super prepared. I know so much more now than I did back then. I've been doing this now for over 4 years. My knowledge is so much better. I've studied so much more. I've practiced so much more. I thought, right, I'm going to put all my stuff into practice. And then I thought, I know what I'll do is I'll share it with the world. So this is our journey. So this is where we've come from. So where we are today is we now have no breastfeeding at all. This is in 13 nights. We have no breastfeeding at all. And to be fair, she didn't even ask for it in the last 24 hours, which has been brilliant. So that's huge progress. So no breastfeeding. She slept through the night once, which was a 12 hours 15. I think that was night 9. Then we had a bit of a like it happens. And then the last 3 nights have been very, very bizarre. So we've had a few rough nights where she's just struggled to go to bed at bedtime. Anyway, last night, if you saw the 2 days ago, I'd built the bed on Tuesday. So we built the Minnie Mouse bed, sorted out Sofia's room, and we introduced her to the bed. And I'm there thinking, brilliant, she's not that interested. She's quite happy to go in and play. She doesn't actually want to get under the covers because she kept saying out, out. Great thing was she'd put hands up for me to get her out as if she was in the cot. So quite happy about that. Anyway, that's how it seemed anyway, that she wasn't that interested. So this was night 1. Then night 2 of with the bed was there last night. No, last night was day 2. She came home from nursery. We were upstairs. We were playing in the room. Because at the end of the day, I want it to be a slow transition. I want her to be happy in there. Because it's a big change from going in a cot in a room with me to being in a bed in a sister's room, having to share with her as well. So it's a massive, massive step at only 22 months. So for me, it has to be slow. Now, my husband was like, no, don't build the bed. That'll encourage her. I was like, no, it won't. It's fine. She's just going to get used to it. Last night, she was adamant she wanted to go to sleep in her mini bed and she was kicking off royally. Now, the problem is my husband's teaching, so he can't come and help at that time. And I've got Sofia that also needs my attention as well. So it's a very difficult situation when you're on your own with the 2 of them. And Sofia has been quite neglected, really, for the last 3 nights, I suppose, really, while Alyssia has been taking up the bedtime attention. Which, talk about mum guilt. All these alarms going off, mum guilt alarms. It's awful. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, I can't make Alyssia go to sleep any sooner than she can. I'm not going to knock her over the head. I'm not going to shout at her or anything like that. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. And it's not forever. It's a very short-term thing. It just feels awful right now. But yeah, so we were kind of doing all that. Everything was fine. She wants to go in the mini bed. And I'm going, no. And I was like, right, okay, well, what I'll do, I thought I'll let her go in and she won't want to actually go to sleep in it. She'll be fine. She'll say she wants to go back to her cot. So we went in and you know what? She got in and she didn't get out. She didn't go to sleep straight away. It took a while for her to go to sleep. but she actually went to sleep in the mini bed, and she was really, really happy in there as well. And I just sort of sat on Sophia's bed while I waited for her to go to sleep. All the while, I'm sitting there going, my husband's going to kill me. He's going to kill me. He said that she'd want to go to sleep in here. We've got no safety gate. Excuse me. We've got no safety gate on the door yet. By the way, I want recommendations from you all, because we're going to need to put a safety gate on the door. It's going to need to be quite tall because because Alyssia can climb. So I don't want one that she can climb. It needs to be easy to open because Sofia will need to get out in the night to go for a wee, and her fine motor skills are quite weak, to be honest. She's left-handed and generally she struggles with things like that. So I'm going to have to teach her to be able to open it. And I want it so it's quiet, because otherwise Sofia in the middle of the night is going to go clunk, clunk, clunk. So I need recommendations of tall, quiet, easy to open, hard to climb safety gates. Do they exist? So give me your recommendations. I need them. So she went to sleep. So I went downstairs and I said to Sofia, I went, oh no, I said she's gone to sleep. Now it's time for Sofia to go to bed, bless her. I felt awful. But to be fair, she was probably loving it, going, yeah, I'm spending loads of time in front of the telly, which I absolutely cannot abide at this sort of time of night. But life is life, isn't it? Such is life. So she comes up and she's getting all excited, going, yay, she's in there, because she's dying to share a room. She's dying to share a room. And I went, she ain't staying. So she's not staying. So I gave it another 10 minutes, got Sofia into her PJs, brushed her teeth, picked Alyssia up and took her back and put her in the cot, and then sorted Sofia out. Now, from a different perspective, now, interestingly, because obviously Sofia has, and I've noticed it, I've felt that she's been quite neglected over the last few days. And I can tell that she's feeling it, but she won't say it because she doesn't really understand what it is that she's probably feeling in that way. But last night, about 10 o'clock at night, she came down the stairs because she needed to go for a wee. That's unheard of. She'd normally just go off to the bathroom herself. So to me, I'm thinking that's her coming to try and get some of my attention. With regards to the night sleep last night with Alyssia, she always wakes up when I go to bed. It drives me absolutely mad. So I am actually really looking forward to her being in a bed and not being disturbed by me. So she had a bit of a kick-off when she realised she was in the cot. She kept going, Minnie, Minnie, because that's the bed she wants to be in, because it's a mini bed. I'm like, no, sweetheart. And eventually she calmed down and she went to sleep. And then she was done till 5:20 this morning. And to be fair, she didn't wake up. I woke up to her in a sleep going, no, mine, no, mine. And I was like, oh gosh, she's quite distressed. So I went over and I started trying to sort of settle her, but instantly she went, mummy. I went, oh no. And I went, and she started pointing to the bed, and I thought, do you know what? We've had 2 5 o'clock starts. She's tired. Do you know what? Let's just get her to sleep. So I said, Alyssia, I said, you can come into bed with mummy if you go to sleep. And she went, yeah. And she went straight to sleep. So I was like, okay, that's good. We're not having the kick off, and she's catching up on sleep. This all sounds like it's really good, doesn't it? By the way, I can't co-sleep. I hate it. It doesn't do my back any favours. But then about 6:30, Alyssia's still asleep, and all I can hear is Sofia, Mum. I was like, oh no, what's going on? And I couldn't shout, because if I'd have got out of bed, I'd have woke Alyssia up, and there was no way I'm doing that, because Sofia has a habit of, she's done it so many times, and I kind of get a bit annoyed, to be honest, where she'll go, Mum, and she'll start crying, and eventually you go out to her and she goes, my tummy really hurts, and actually she just needed to go for a wee, and she just waited, which drives me batty. So I thought we've sorted that one out, and I thought, I don't know what this is about. Now, if any of you have been watching this, my husband's an insomniac. He's sleeping on the top floor at the moment, because we've got one of them 3-floor houses with 2 bedrooms on each floor. So he's upstairs, sleeping in the office on a mattress on the floor. Not comfortable, but I thought, he'll get Sofia. It's all fine. I thought, I don't need to shout. I'm not going to wake Alyssia up. There's 2 parents in the house. And I'm there and I'm hearing her, and then the mum turns to sobs. And I'm going, come on, Daddy, come down, sort it out. And after about 5 minutes of crying, and I'm getting really annoyed here, because I'm thinking, right, Sofia knows not to do this because Alyssia's sleeping. They must know that I'm not just ignoring her. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just the fact I can't actually come out right now. Next thing you know, now I need to know this is not just my husband, because I'm guessing this is actually just men in general. And I'd love to know if this really is just men in general. If it's not, I need an upgrade. So but he stood there and he's going, Nicole, Nicole. I'm going, what's going on? Sophia's shouting. Yes, I can hear. Well, what do you want me to do about it? I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, what's going on here? Come on, come down and sort her out. Nicole! This is about 10 minutes this has been going on for by now. I've got Sophia crying, shouting me, him shouting me, and I had to shout back and go, Alyssia's asleep in the bed with me. I'm not waking her up. And I'm thinking, this is going to wake her up. This is just going to wake her up. And it didn't. She was knackered. It did disturb her, but she was really, really tired. So in the end, he did come down and he did sort things out eventually. And it was actually the fact she had a sore ear. She's full of a cold, as every kid is at the moment. And she's a bit blocked up in her ears and stuff like that. So, but I don't think it warranted all the tears and things, but I think that was more, the tears was probably more than, less to do with the pain as much as I want my mummy to come out to me, or I want my daddy to come out to me, and nobody came, which was horrible. But yeah, he thought I just wasn't hearing her or something. How could I not hear that? How could I not hear that? I was like, no, really, I could hear it. I just couldn't actually come out. I'm not ignoring my child. There's two of us here. So please tell me, is that, does your partner do that as well? I'm like going, yeah. Anyway, so it was all sorted in the end. And Alyssia slept. I think about 6:45, she actually woke up. She's gone to nursery today and she's had an hour and a half at nursery, which isn't as like her. She tends to go closer to 2 hours, but I'll take it. 96 minutes, I'll take that. She had a nice lie-in for her this morning. And then I think it's going to be a case of seeing what happens tonight, really. I don't really want her in the bed yet because I've not got a safety gate, so it's not safe for her to be in there right now. And she's still not fully sleeping through the night, but we are nearly there. So once we are there, and I can get there consistently, then I'll be able to feel much more comfortable about putting her in there. But I think what I'll probably do is start her off in there for the first bit of the night and then move her into the cot when I go to bed. That might be where we get to. And then I can go from there and see how she's getting on with sleeping through, full stop. But it's a process. But feel free to follow the journey. Let me know how you're getting on. If you need my help, you know where I am. For any of you that don't know, all my online courses come with my support in a Facebook group. So I've got a private Facebook group and you've got my support for 2 months. So just jump in, ask me questions and things like that and let me help you on your journey to a better night's sleep. But you can find all my courses. You can work with me on a one-to-one basis online. Everything's at babytosleep.co.uk or drop me an email at nicole@babytosleep.co.uk. I hope you're finding this interesting. I really want some feedback, especially on safety gates and whether your partner's as mad as mine. But yeah, give us some information and I will let you know how tomorrow goes. Fingers crossed she just wants to be in a cot tonight. That would be very nice. Right, I'll see you later. Bye.